Um, rock bottom. This is rock bottom, Wizards Nation. See, I don't know how to feel actually, because I'm very pissed off. Well, I'm not saying they're very pissed off. I'm just embarrassed. The secondhand embarrassment is getting to me. I didn't think it would because I knew the type of season this was going to be. Dude, 11 straight L's, but to the Nets? Giving up 129 points? We gave up how many points in the first half to the Nets? It was apparently their season high. We keep saying this. All right, if you're going to lose competitively. You're down by 23 points. You lose by 23 points. Give up 130 points to the Brooklyn Nets. Y'all, because there's a lot of Coach Keefe defenders out there, and rightfully so, to each their own. I myself have gone on the record and said Coach Keefe should be hired. Should be fired at the trade deadline. The team looks like it is quit on Coach Keefe. Players have quit on Coach Keefe. I don't understand. This type of performance right here is just unacceptable. Even in a tank job, this is going to help us wonder in the future. This loss might do us wonders though. But like, come on, man. Raj, you're right. Biggest waste of my time. Awful. We are worse without a doubt. The worst team in the league, dude. Well, here's the current tankathons. I don't think they updated it right now with the current loss. Oh yeah, they just did. We were actually second. The Pacers were 1-12, and we actually slipped to 2. Now with this loss, we're back at number 1, where we belong. 1-12. That's the only positive of this, dude. Should I even read the stats? This is all we need to look at. Jabari Safari says, Keefe makes me miss Randy Whitman. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a new rock bottom. Jabari, that hit deep. That hit deep. It took me years to get Randy Whitman off my system. Jabari just freaking emotionally wrecked me with that one. Keefe makes me miss Randy. Fuck it, dude. At least Randy Whitman had great defense. He made John Wall be second team all defense. I'm sorry, dude. Hold on. I need to do this thing real quick. I need to turn this monetization off. Hold on. Fuck, I always forget to do this. Ugh. I really don't know what to say, man. I'm about to read off my notes, but if it wasn't for Keyshawn George tonight, we would have lost by 30 plus. No, for real. If it wasn't for Keyshawn George, where would we have been tonight? Losing by 30 plus to the worst team, or one of the worst teams, or the team is tied with you as the worst team in the league. What does that say? I saw it out there, dude, with the defensive effort out there, which was non-existent. The team has quit on Coach Keefe. Young Mel, you're right. Oh, no, and another, somebody else. Same shit, different uniforms. Yeah, that's another. The uniforms look nice in my opinion, but nostalgic. You know, I actually became a Wizards fan during the time that these uniforms were being rocked out, 2006, 2009. That was when I first became a Wizards fan. But like, holy hell. I don't know, man. Let's just see this right here again. We're right back at the top. We're tied with the Pacers, and like I said in a video a couple days ago, I don't know about the Pacers, man. I feel like once their players start coming back from injury, like Benedict Mathurin, Rick Carlisle's too good of a coach, man. But the Pacers themselves are in a 7-game losing streak. Right now, we are at 11-game losing streak. And on top of that, we are going into a road trip, ladies and gentlemen. We actually play the Pacers, I checked, in like 4 games. we may be in a 15-game losing streak when we play the Pacers. And I'm sorry, but going against the Pacers, I think that's even harder than going against the Nets. And then I saw this too. After the Pacers, we played the Hornets like 2 weeks later. See, I don't want to jinx it. But we could, I don't know. I almost say just once. This could be a 20-game losing streak. We're going in a road trip. The next, I believe, next 4 games. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up for you guys right here. With the way we're playing, I wouldn't put it past Coach Keefe. I really wouldn't. Playing, let's see here. Wolves at Minnesota, L. The Bulls at Chicago, L. They just recently got Kobe White back. Then we see the Raptors in Toronto, L. Hawks, Trae Young's gonna whoop our ass. Pacers, November 28th at Indiana. At Indiana. I don't know. I was more confident going into this game. I was like, maybe we can pull out this dub against the Nets. I don't know about the Pacers game. Even though they're complete ass like us, I really don't know. And then after that, we got the Bucks, L. Sixers, L. Celtics, L. Hawks, L. Spurs, L. Holy hell. Grizzlies, perhaps, you know what I mean? If John Morant acting up, perhaps. Spurs, L. See, I'm looking at this. Maybe the Hornets. We had the Hornets number recently. They beat us earlier this year, but like, I don't know, dude. Maybe the Grizzlies again in December 28th. This is not looking good, man. I mean, it hasn't been looking good, but like, Coach Keefe. I'm sorry. I got to stop saying Coach Keefe. Brian Keefe, he's not my coach. He's not my coach. He's not my coach. He's not my coach of the future. Like, apparently, he's not some of these players' coaches because he's not holding them accountable as well. I don't know, man. But yeah, man, for the tank job, this was a great, I guess, dub, quote unquote, for the tank job. Because now, the Nets have a. I don't know, man. I'm at a loss of words right now. I seriously came into this game thinking, all right, this is going to be a competitive game. If we lose, it might be by 5 points, if that. No, I did not expect a 23-point L at home, giving up 130 points to this team, which I believe was ranked 27th in offensive rating. Andrew Kill TV says 30-game losing streak incoming. LOL, dude. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you for saying it. I mean, I can't defend the Wizards with this. Like, Raj says, are we beating the Pistons for the longest losing streak of all time? If we don't beat... Who's the team that I was looking at right now? Who was the team that I was looking at right now? Hold on. Where is it? If we don't beat the Pacers in November 28th, we will give the Pistons a run for their money with Coach Keefe at helm. Listen, I made a video also saying that, remember, Wes Unseld Jr. wasn't fired until he was, I believe, end of January. And the Wizards, we were 7-36 at the time. And it was Will Dawkins, the GM. And Will Dawkins had enough and he fired him. So I guess we have like a template of like what it would take for, a coach to be fired here. But if you're nearing a historic losing streak, you've got to like seriously consider firing the coach even in a tank season. You have to. No doubt about it. You don't want to install these losing principles in these young bucks. Trey Johnson is not a loser, okay? Keyshawn George is not a loser. Sarr's not a loser. This cannot be in their DNA. No, not even in the vicinity of their DNA. Even in a tank. Hey, man, let me read my notes, man. Michael Porter Jr., 34 points. 3 of 8 from the 3. 11 of 18. Plus 17. Even Keyshawn George and Keyshawn George had a fine night, especially offensively. But he was giving Keyshawn George some problems. Let me just get straight to my notes, man. I'm just shocked. In the beginning of the game, Bilal Coulibaly, 3 stocks in 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Shows the potential of what we see in Bilal Coulibaly. But then offensively, didn't do that much within those 5 minutes as well. I believe he had a missed layup, a block on him. But, I keep thinking about Bilal. I was like, dude, just if you were to combine Bilal with Justin Champagne's mindset, that's what we need from Bilal. If you combine Bilal's physical ability and his overall game with Justin Champagne's mindset, Jaden McDaniels. And that's all we need Bilal Coulibaly to be. Bilal Coulibaly, and I'm still high on him. I mean, I still really like him. But, 2 things with him. Know your role. You're not going to be a top 3 option in this team. I'm just sorry. He's going to be a very good role player if all goes well. But know your role and don't get injured. That's the 2 main things with Bilal right now. But, it's going to come. Also, he had 2 nasty dunks. One of them on Yegor Demon, who I actually really liked coming out of the draft last year. But, yeah, and that's one thing with him. So I was like, dude, finish with authority. Because I feel like sometimes he's driving to the rim and then he just starts slowing down out of nowhere. He starts slowing. I'm like, dude, come on. Bilal Coulibaly is one of the most athletic wings in this league, without a doubt. Not only that, he has the wingspan. He's 6'8". Take advantage of it, dude. Realize that you have been blessed by the French gods. I also want to see him fill out his frame a bit more, but he's only 21. But yeah, man, just finish with authority. Just keep doing that. Keyshawn George came out with foul troubles, 2 fouls in 5 minutes, but they actually kept him in the game. So I guess kudos to Coach Keefe on that. But a lot of silly fouls with Keyshawn George. I mean, it's gonna come with him. Second year in the league, but he has to realize you are super valuable to this team. You cannot afford to give up stupid fouls, or not to do stupid fouls. But speaking of that, I mean, Keyshawn George, 29 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 5 of 10 from the 3. My bad, I had chat lit up. Why did Coach take away Cam's minutes again? Because there's nothing consistent with Coach Keefe. There's nothing consistent with him. So are we going to sit through a year of no development and no discernible offense from Keefe under the guise of quote-unquote tanking? Great question. No, I completely agree. I mean, I had mostly, I mean, not just me, all of us had developing the Young Bucks as the most important thing. And then keeping, I mean, kind of the same weight-wise of keeping our pick, remember, is top 8 protected, but develop the Young Bucks. All of our, how can I say this? Our Young Bucks have taken a step back besides Keyshawn George and Alex Sarr. Where's the development? Trey Johnson has shown flashes, but I mean, obviously he can't take a step back if this is his first year in the league, but Cam Whitmore's been inconsistent. He's shown flashes, though. Bilal Coulibaly's been freaking injured. He can't. Bob Carrington's regressed. Will Riley's in the G League, so I mean, Jameer Watkins is there. DeVooch has been not playing many minutes. Croc, Wild, and no socks, man. I fell asleep at the work at the game, woke up, and Trey Johnson still had 2 points. Yeah, man, it's just not inconsistent with Trey Johnson. But Trey Johnson did look lost today, especially defensively. He only had, 6 points. Minus 25 for Trey Johnson. Just a bad rookie game for him. But, I mean, this is not anything indicative of his future with us, in my opinion. Of course, just fucking one game against the fucking Nets. I don't know, man. Let me see here. Yeah, Red Wings. You're right. I was gonna make a video about this earlier on today, but I got busy. At least Will Riley and Jameer Watkins are cooking in the G League. That's true. I think Will Riley had what 29 points. Anyways, Keyshawn George had 12 of the Washington of us is 28 points, 3 or 5 from the three. But other than that, defense was just atrocious. Too many open looks, poor closeouts, poor transition defense, no effort. What else? At half, I mean, at one point actually in a half, the first half, the Nets were making 53% of the threes. 53%. And then I think 67% from the field. What is that? The Nets dropped the season high 63 first half points against us. 58% from the field. They ended up finishing in the first half. Numbers don't lie. There is no such thing as defense here. These all bench lineups. See, that's another thing with Coach Keefe. These all bench lineups. What are we doing with that? Every single time Coach Keefe puts out an all bench lineup, the opposing team goes on like a 9-0 run or a 10-0 run. Every time. But he continues to stick with that. I don't know. 2 technical fouls in the first half. Sarr came out with foul trouble. Him too. McCollum got hot in the third quarter. I believe he had 14 points in the third quarter. I kind of saved us, to be honest with you, because if it wasn't for him, who knows? Who knows how much we would have lost? Maybe like freaking 30 points. This is pretty much the McCollum experience. Doesn't offer anything, offensively or defensively, in the first half. Gives you one good quarter, one beautiful quarter, and then just disappears. He ended up finishing with 17 points in total, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from the three. Nets going a 9-0 run to end the third quarter, and that was a wrap. That's it. Drew Gooden, I don't know, I had this in my notes. Drew Gooden said, he was asked by Chris Miller. Chris Miller was like, hey man, when you're down by this many points, what do you focus on to come back into the game? Drew Gooden says, in the most serious tone, by the way, don't miss. And he wasn't trying to be funny. And then Chris Miller was like, you don't say. And then he actually doubled down on that. Drew Gooden's like, yeah, trust me. If you don't miss, you'll always give yourself a shot. Our announcers are doing an even more worse tank job than our players. What is going on? Everything right now that's in the Capital One Arena just reeks, dude. It reeks. And it sucks because we have a great GM, in my opinion. If he is that GM, he will consider a coaching change earlier than expected, because Coach Keefe is not going to be here next year. But you cannot go down in history as one of the worst teams. You just can't. Even in a tank job type of season. I don't know, man. Let's see here, man. Foul trouble. Sarr fouled out. He fouled out. He cursed a dude in French. I believe it was Terrence Mann. He was like, suck my blood, suck my blood. Let's see, suck my blood. It's okay. I actually like seeing that from Sarr. I want to see that from Sarr. I want Sarr to swing on somebody, dude. I just come on. I want him to get tough, dude. I want him to get tough, but like, And, even though Terrence Mann actually tried to play footsies with Sarr, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He freaking wrapped up his leg like an asshole. Sarr had an off night tonight, but Sarr's been balling. Sarr finished with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 4-12 from the field. It was just Keyshawn George and McCollum, but McCollum only had like that stint in the third quarter. So it was just Keyshawn George tonight. It was just Keyshawn George. Offensively, beautiful game. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 turnovers though. But he's gonna continue learning from that as he is the primary ball handler. I don't know, man. This is just Let's go to the highlights. Let's go to the freaking highlights. Let's raise the vibes because not looking good. Let's go to the very beginning with the Bilal Coulibaly dunk. So all those should be all the way in the beginning. Bub Carrington, I believe he was a minus 25 today. He did start off, in the first half. He looked pretty nice. Playing more under control. Had a couple rebounds, couple assists. I believe 3 and 3. Here's the dunk on Yegor. Who punched? Wait, what? He has a black eye. Wait, who gave Unc a black eye? What happened? Does everybody else see that too? What happened with Unc? Who gave him a black eye in practice? Was it Cam? Fuck, he probably got elbowed, but shit. Let's see it one more time. The Bilal Coulibaly dunk on Yegor. I did like, obviously, putting Bilal Coulibaly on Yegor tonight. He pretty much manhandled him, especially in the first half. Yegor struggled. And Yegor is actually playing well coming into this game. I believe he was averaging 16 points per game in the past 3 games. On great shooting splits, it's 2. Beautiful dunk. Let's see the other dunk. That was Bub Carrington, a nice steal. Cam Whitmore finishing at the rim. Beautiful. No. Yeah, nice pass. Where's... Right here.
The game
Look at the crossover. Oh, no, they don't show it here. Oh, in the beginning, yeah. On Yegor as well. Every single time Bilal goes up, though, for a dunk, in my head, I'm just like, please don't get injured. Please don't get injured. I don't know, man. He needs to, beat those, not even allegations, just just get that stigma off of you. You're not injury prone. Well, I mean, so far he's shown that, but I still believe in Bilal Coulibaly, man. Why do you immediately go to Cam? You know why. You know why, dude. This man has horrific body language. I love Cam. I do. I wanted us to draft him. But let's just be honest. He probably two-pieced him. No, he didn't. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. This is just... See, I'm at a loss of words, man. All our team was on freaking foul trouble, and in my head, in the third quarter, when the Nets were going on a 9-0 run to end the quarter, I was just like, can I get in foul trouble too? Please? I need to get in foul trouble. Take me out the game. Take me out of this. There's just like so many times during this season, I just find myself in the second half barely writing any notes. because there's nothing to write down. Same old story. First quarter, somewhat competitive, and then landslide from there. Third quarter, non-existent. All bench lineups are trotted out there by dumbass Coach Keefe. And then fourth quarter, just garbage time minutes. How are you going to develop young players with that? You're not. You can't. How are you going to develop Trey Johnson if you put him out there in garbage time minutes? Champagnie getting inconsistent minutes. I guarantee you, the next coach that comes here that inherits this team is going to put Champagnie in the rotation. Champagnie's going to get 17 to 20 minutes a night, and he's going to contribute, and we will see Champagnie as a key player in our rotation moving forward. I'm calling it right now, unless he's traded. I don't know. Maybe Will Dawkins trades him for a need. I don't know. But it just freaking baffles me. Champagnie comes in just for 1 minute. A defensive stop. That's it. Bench did not produce tonight. Look at this. Minus 25 from Trey Johnson. Minus 25 from Bub Carrington. Can't win one minus 13. Champagnie a minus 15. I was just glazing him. He gives you a minus 15. Yeah, I don't know, dude. The tank job, though, that's all that matters. Nomadic Brian says, don't worry, AI Wizards will be here soon. Oh, Lord. Even the AI Wizards, man, they wouldn't lose to the Nets. But it is what it is. You see, I keep saying this. Okay, if you're going to lose to the Nets, at least lose by 5 points. I'm coming back here to the Thinkathon one more time. This is where we currently stand right now. But I don't know, man. This is just, I'm just at a loss of words. 11-game losing streak. Upcoming road trip. Seems like the players have quit on the coach. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Because this kind of feels like rock bottom. Getting blown out by the team who has the worst record in the league tied with you? Yeah. At home? Dude, yeah. That's rock bottom. That's rock bottom. At least the Pacers, they got players coming back. Us, we're at full strength. Yeah, rock bottom. It's rock. But, you know, I'm not trying to be, like, too overly negative, but, like, you know, let's secure a top 5 pick. If we're going to do this, we might as well just secure a top 5 pick. And by doing that, obviously, like, for those who don't know, if we get the worst record in the league, the lowest we can get is number 5 in the lottery. Even if we get scorned, number 5. And we all know top 3 dudes are DeBonsa, Boozer, and Peterson at your own, you know, rankings. But Mikal Brown Jr., with a top 5, I think we're getting a complete stud. Even at 5. Like a stud, like, I made a video. It's like the report recently came out that Cooper Flagg in this draft class would possibly go 6th. 6th. So we lost, you know, improved our odds for now. But I don't know, man. Just shocked. Let's see what everybody else is saying before I call it quits. Maybe he's doing it for the tank. Everyone loses this weekend. 2025 in the DFV is going to be Losersville. It is Losersville. That's true. Commanders lost. But the Commanders lost today. I mean, I gave up with the Commanders weeks ago, honestly. Commanders lost today. It was also really good for the tank. We were tied with the Dolphins 3-7. Young Mill says, nah, we need to stay focused on a top 3 pick and nothing else. I don't care. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I agree. Young Mill, I completely agree. But you know what? We're the Wizards. Like, how many times have we gotten scorned in the draft? This NBA lottery system is just not good. You could be consistently having the worst record in the league like the Pistons did, and then get scorned 3 years in a row, just like how they did. They had the worst possible outcome each year. But to me, like I'm with you. Top 3 pick and nothing else. For me, give me the top 3 pick. Any one of them. I keep saying that. Any one of them. They're the top 3 alphas. They're the top 3. They're the top tier. But the tier up beneath them, they're insanely good too. I don't want to view them as consolation prize, but I don't know, man. This is just. I'm just baffled, man. I really didn't see this team being this bad. I predicted 23 dubs this year. I don't see that. I'm nowhere near that. We won 18 games last year. I don't see us winning 18 games right now. I don't. I see us possibly winning, 15, if that. Yeah. But, let's get us a stud, though. Let's get us a freaking stud. See, we got pieces on this team. We have pieces. We have Sar, Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Balak Coulibaly. We got, I believe Sar's going to be one of our top 3 players moving forward. Perhaps even Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson as well. I mean, who's to say if we don't have our cornerstones right now on our roster? We have some possible role players who's going to be with us. Balak Coulibaly, Champagny, Will Riley, maybe even Bub Carrington. Maybe he turns it around. I know damn well we all had Bub Carrington last year after his rookie year as a rotational player moving with us forward. So we got 2 first-round picks next year. But granted, we got the Thunder's first-round pick, so that's going to be, pick number 30 or 29. But still, we got 2 first-round picks. We got a bomb GM. We got we got cap space. I believe if we trade Corey Kispert, we got $110 million in cap space. We got a lot to work with. But we ain't working with them right now. But it is what it is, man. I'll see y'all in the next stream after the game. But, yeah, man. 11 straight L's. If you're going to tank, then you better get the freaking top pick, man. Or not even top pick. Get the worst record. Secure us a top 5 pick. Let's move on from there. Anyways, go Wizards. Go Wizards, man. I'm still really high on this team's future. But damn, man, it's looking bad right now. But anyways, take care, everybody. I'll see y'all in the next stream. Peace, y'all. Oh, wait. Crocs Wild and No Sock says, if the Wizards did a multi-team trade, you think Dawkins could cook something up to get Sabonis and a young point guard from the Kings, and we still keep a pick? I don't think we're going to do any type of this trade in a trade deadline this year. I think if we do this trade, it's going to be after the season ends. Like Young Mill says, and not just Young Mill, everybody else in this chat, we got to secure the pick. Not even secure it. Get the best odds possible. I could possibly see him. I was thinking about this during the game too, because I was just like, when I was watching the game, I was like, why am I watching this bullshit? Let's just think about the team's future. I can see Will Dawkins going after his Nene. And what I mean by that is, remember when we had Beal, Wall, we needed veterans, we traded for Nene. For the young bucks out there, Nene Hilario. Cheem, if you remember that. How he said, Cheem, we are a Cheem. Nene. And with Nene, great veteran, he was an integral part in our playoff run. I can see Will Dawkins going after his Nene version this offseason. But in the offseason, not in the trade deadline. There's no point of trying to get better in the trade deadline. Everybody, just imagine, all these teams right here, they're going to trade their veterans at the trade deadline. So the tanking is going to be out there wide and open. Like, it's just like, so there's no, in my opinion, dude, there's no reason to trade for us like a good veteran to help us win in the trade deadline, but do it in the offseason. Lockdown Law says draft Boozer, draft Brown Jr., trade for Sabonis, and fire Keefe. Trade for Sabonis, but do it in the offseason. Do it in the offseason. I see people post crash out videos, and usually for some odd reasons, when people post crash out videos about their favorite, they start cooking. That's me. Every single time I say, I put this video about like, I was like, oh, Ken Whitmore is not doing good right now. And then he goes on 3 games in a row when he actually posts solid numbers. It is what it is, man. Take care, everybody. I will see you on the next stream. But yeah, man, we must stay together and we must stay strong because things ain't looking good right now, dude. But fuck it. We're going to be good in the future.